about the spate of insecurity as lawmakers raise alarms over incessant bandit attacks in 17 local government areas of Katsina State. The lower chamber has also set up a committee to work out modalities for a realistic living wage to be recommended to the executive after Senate's concurrence. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
People united.
While the threat of a national strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress still looms, members of the parliament are on a mission to prevent a national strike. 40 members, led by Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, sponsored a motion on the need to provide a living wage for workers. Their argument is that nothing short of a wage that is commensurate with the current economic realities will be accepted by the workers.
Trade Economics in 2018 reported the living wage of an individual Nigerian 43,000 naira 200 per month. Presently, no laborer can live in Nigeria with a wage of less than 100,000 naira.
Katsina's legislator Sada Soli brought up a motion under matters of urgent public importance on the incessant and persistent banditry attacks on 17 local governments in the state.
Call on the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to further direct the security agencies to sustain their pressure on these criminals perpetrating violence and criminal activities in Katsina State and the country in general.
A motion on the need for relevant authorities to decongest the nation's correctional centers was raised by Ebonyi lawmaker Chinedu Oga.
Urge the federal and the state government to provide comprehensive reform of the country correction system.
The House called on the Federal Ministry of Health to formulate an enforceable prescription policy to address the menace of drug abuse.
Most of the drugs sold by illiterate and semi-literate drug hawkers are counterfeit, substandard, or expired.
Improved healthcare services and economic development are two of the reasons cited for the proposed medical center in Sesembaki Wamba area of Nasarawa State.
For the economic benefit, it's going to create employment for the people of the area, and it's going to reduce medical tourism abroad.
To curb the devastating effects of drug abuse in the country, the House wants the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria to close all illegal outlets of pharmaceutical products, including open-door markets. Jokeyad, TVC News, Abuja.
And outside Nigeria, Nikki Haley has quit the United States presidential race. Now, this development makes Donald Trump the last Republican left in the race. Ms. Haley congratulated Donald Trump and said he must now earn the votes of people who did not support him. Donald Trump will now face incumbent President Joe Biden, who also won the state primaries held on Super Tuesday, setting them on course for a rematch in November. In sports, Jose Peseiro has penned a heartfelt message to Nigerians and the media for their remarkable support. The Portuguese was in charge of the Super Eagles for 22 months before leaving the post. Pesiero's contract with the Nigerian Football Federation expired last week. The 63-year-old guided the Super Eagles to second position at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. He took to social media to express his appreciation to the fans and sporting press. The gaffer also solicited support for the Super Eagles. A quote here: "I want to thank all Nigerians and the entire press for the interest, support and encouragement given to the Super Eagles while I was their coach. I would like to ask all of you to also support your players. These athletes give their all for the Super Eagles, taking pride in representing their country. The players make sacrifices to bring you joy. The Super Eagles deserve all your support," he continues, "which will be very important for great challenges that lie ahead." And Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham has been banned for 2 La Liga games for his red card after the 2-2 draw at Valencia. Now, Bellingham thought he had scored the winner 6 minutes into stoppage time at the Mestalla on Saturday. But referee Gil Manzano had blown the full-time whistle as the cross was delivered. The Spanish Football Federation said Bellingham showed contempt or disregard towards Mazzano when Real players and staff surrounded him. Bellingham was fined €600 and Real Madrid €700. Real appealed against Bellingham's red card, but the ref disciplinary committee dismissed their argument that the referee had made an error. He will be available to return at Atletico Bilbao on the 31st of March following the international break.
He is not obliged to wait because there's a good chance coming. He wasn't in the first half. He isn't now. The whistle is blown before the cross.
And that's all we have for news and sports here for a Thursday morning. Thank you very much for starting the day with us. Do stay tuned. There's more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
The world in a different light. It gives joy, it gives happiness, it gives sadness sometimes, because sometimes we have to look at the realities of the world, and I think entertainment just shows the world as it is.
Hi, my name is Dixon from Fitness Acme brand. Today I'll be taking your yoga poses. These poses will help you relieve pain, especially at your back. So we start. Our first pose is tabletop position. Your palm and knees on the mat, head straight. For cow pose, gently raise the shoulder blade while bending your head down. Hold for 5 counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gently rolling for cow pose. Arch your back, raise your head for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your knees wide on the mat, big toes together. Stretch your hands, drop your head on the mat, drop your hips towards your heel for tight pose. Stretch and hold for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come up. Our next pose, we call it thread the needle. Raise your right arm up, then throw in and extend your left hand. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop position. Go for the left hand. Slightly bend it in and extend and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to tabletop position. Our next pose, we call it cobra pose. Extend your legs, drop your hips, lengthen your back, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We gently move up to downward facing dog. Keep your legs straight, arms straight, your hips back and high. Extend and hold For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your knees on the mat. Our next pose is called camel pose. Just open your chest, drop your head, your hands on your heel, extend and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. So this is all for today. So you can repeat these poses for 5 times. It helps release pain in your body, especially in your back.
A little bit of confusion there.
Look who it is.
Morning,
Mikey.
Morning.
Air hugs, air hugs.
No, I'm giving one to her, not you. Look.
Wow. Okay, group hug.
Very funny, man. I've got my pink one of that shirt upstairs, and I was going to wear it this morning.
That's true. He has a pink. It would have been nice. Maybe you can change it.
I think I'm going to
Please excuse us.
Exactly.
This bromance is getting a bit too much.
Let's just twin.
But then, sorry for coming a bit late. It was car issues and all of that.
Oh, you threw a spanner into your engine or something.
Yesterday to today, it's just been man. You know when people talk about a car being a liability, I don't think so. It's an asset. It depends on how you.
Exactly. It depends on the utility, the cost, whether it does what it's supposed to do, or whether it's just for show off.
Bam.
So
Said it all.
If you look at a ledger, they will never write it on the asset side. They will write it on the liability side.
Well,
because
true.
The value of the car always depreciates.
Yeah, I know.
Sure. But hey, well,
I'm putting this out there, especially to TVC upper management. All these cars you're giving all our directors, they're too big. Them tiny ones. You save money. You see that Mike's car? You save money. All right, let's talk about what we're here. It's not my mouth. We're here to please expunge that.
When you take the big cars from there, please give that to us.
Let's talk about a very interesting matter that hit social media yesterday, and it was a very, very beautiful, cute video to see. And I shared it on our group just this morning. It's about a young boy who must be perhaps maybe somewhere between 12 or 15, no, 12 or under.
Maybe 10 to 12.
Yeah, a kid born outside of Nigeria, however, was having a very, very interesting conversation with his grandmother in Igbo. Now, this is not just the typical Igbo. This is Igbo, the people who even might have been born in the East can't even boast of being able to speak. It was real deep. And to have such a conversation with a grandmother, you can imagine how deep and how cultured that kid was, even if he was outside of Nigeria. Looking at that situation and thinking about what's happening to our Nigerian languages, your kids don't speak Yoruba, do they?
They actually understand it. Speaking it won't be in the deepest dialect, no.
Same as me growing up. And you see, you've really said something. And look, your dialect is your identity.
Exactly.
It's big. It's who you are. It stands here. There's just a lot one can say about it. I wish I understand my dialect fully. I can speak not as well.
What is your dialect?
You know, there's Oran. Okay, I can understand fully. But you see, the thing is, one issue that might be a problem is that as a country, we don't have a unified local dialect or a second lingua franca, as it were.
Very true.
If somebody's speaking Danish, it will be Danish. Yes, there might be some slight variations. But you see, there is unity in diversity, or would I say there are advantages to that in some ways. But I must say that when I saw that video, especially when people noted under that, the young man was speaking deep Igbo, like it wasn't just surface Igbo, you know, he was going on and all that. And everybody gave kudos to his parents. And I said, yes, also, kudos, his parents, or guardians, or whatever it was.
Whoever taught
him, communicated. So what happens is this. It's about communication. If you insist, especially from kids. I've been in Lagos, how many years now? It's over, I still don't speak Yoruba. I want to say that.
But you understand it, though.
No, we do.
Really, Mike?
Really?
You do?
No.
You do. Ogbeni is one of your biggest lines ever.
That's a good Ogbeni guy, Mr. Sa. It just ends there. But you see the thing. I think when Lagos is, shout out to Lagos. When you remember no man's land, you've heard that thing about Lagos. Lagos is about the most hospitable place in Nigeria.
Anybody.
You know, when I came in, I had this thing, I didn't really like Lagos. So there was just this thing, I'm not going to speak. You know? But I wish
that's a mic thing. That's not a general
thing.
That's a mic thing.
Personally, I'm not too versed in my dialect, which is Isoko, but I can converse. I can converse, especially when I go to the village, and it's a beautiful thing to see all those little kids with runny nose talking in Isoko. I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute. I like it, but I can't. I was born in Lagos. I have a good understanding of the language. And
how good is your
Yoruba?
My Yoruba was really bad until I
came to TVC.
I started working here because I love the fact that people are very comfortable talking to me
in Yoruba
and expecting that I should, and I've had to learn. So Yoruba me, wow.
But Yoruba is hard.
It's actually it's not. It's not. It's
you
actually,
want one word, just this might be last answer. One word, exactly. One word. 65 minutes. Depending on how you pronounce it.
So we are a very emotive people. And the energy and passion you put into each word displays the emotion behind each word.
Sorry,
exactly.
Real quick,
especially that word, bam.
That's why it's hard for a learner. Like you can just say something innocently.
But real quick, back to that video. Real quick.
I know. Okay. Let me just say it. I wanted to say, Mike, there's something you said which people might come for you for. They said you said Lagos is no man's land. It's not no man's land.
Oh no, I said.
No, you think? When I say it's not,
it's described because of the hospitality.
So it means
it's open to all. Exactly. I just wanted to clarify that.
Let me get back to that video.
I'm so sorry. I want to say something.
Get it out.
I'm not going to say anything.
Get it out.
But the issue is, I think it's a choice to imbibe the culture and language of a place or a space. If you decide to, you will learn it. You have to be open-minded, open your ears, open your heart to it, and it will come in. Sure. Language is not something that is taught in schools alone. It has to be something you engage in. So, because that's where I was going to go. In schools, kids are taught languages, but do they imbibe it fully? Probably not.
We're too concerned about English, but you mentioned the word culture. Were you today old when you knew that the word culture came from the word cult? So culture could be anything. It could be a group of people, even in Lagos, pushing, not really pushing, but just identifying in such a way that it becomes culture itself. However, back to that video and using the word culture, language is very related to culture, whether you like it or not. There is an attrition of culture when it comes to Nigeria and Nigerians and our culture. I'll give you a very typical example. Israel, that's Davido's aide, always complains about his wife. Only just 2 days ago, he rained curses on her once again. If you look at his submissions, they were actually based on the fact that his wife, according to him, is deprived of culture, was not raised culturally, or has had her culture eroded from her. Now, that is an issue. Because we are doing without the language, which carries the culture that we're supposed to be very proud of, and it's just affecting our daily lives and communication.
I'm going to say it's a choice once again, because there are many Americans or American women marrying Nigerian men who have decided to imbibe the culture, learn the language. These are foreigners, not even from different states now, marrying into Lagos, or into Yoruba, or into any other ethnic group. I'm talking about the fact that if you choose to imbibe a language, to imbibe a culture, it will come to you. The messages will come through.
I agree.
You can't just put a child in school and say, don't speak like this, speak like that, and expect it to happen. So, and then there's another thing that happens at homes now, because I was hearing about a particular family where the father actually used to flog them if he ever heard vernacular from their lips. And by the time they grew up, they had completely,
as per pidgin
as per
or
other languages.
Other languages except for English.
See, let me just say something, Sha. If the boy, so a lot of people are debating if the kid was raised outside the country. If he was raised outside the country and still speaks like that, that's even harder. Kudos to them, because they have to ensure that they speak it at home. And make sure that he replies that way, and then he goes outside and he speaks English or whatever language and comes back home and over.
I don't want to know the toll on his personality. That must be some multiple personality stuff going on there. I'm home now. And I have to be this guy.
It starts from really young. You just
kudos to the parents, from me to them. That's fantastic. I wish I could do that. I wish I could raise my daughter. So I hope that someday.
You will. You'll get the hang of it.
What's your position? Let us know. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. What do you think about Nigerian languages, the loss of it, and even culture, and what impacts it will make on us as a people in the future? We'll be back. Stay tuned.
The host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go, let's go. The TVC Staff Crash Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crash is a nursing mom support system, a toddler's safe haven, and a young learner's academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Crash, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Entertainment, I believe, is expression of life. It's bring you into my world, what I love, what I feel when I dance, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, all my emotions all mixed together. I'm bringing it out to just entertain you and immerse you into my own world. Entertainment is life, entertainment is God, entertainment is love.
Welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, and it's about to come alive once again with the one and only Chef Harmony. Now, I have to say your regalia today is epic. Talk to us about what you're wearing.
Oh, actually, the outfit is basically traditional. It's an outfit from the African gastronomy all over Africa.
African gastronomy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we do is just about the traditional meal, our African meal.
Fantastic.
We're trying to bring it to a global world. Sometimes we transform it in a unique world. Sometimes we
so if you see this outfit anywhere in the world, you know the chef is from African gastronomy.
And if you're not a full satisfied member, you cannot get it anywhere.
Wow, wow, wow. So you heard it here. We have a member of the African gastronomy here.
Yes.
I can see it here. Gastronomie Afrique, d'Afrique, right?
D'Afrique, yeah, that's a French word.
French word. Chef Harmony, it's great to have you back in the studio. And we have something really nicely African here on display. What are we making?
So, we're, according to the outfits, so we decided to do just our thing.
Okay.
There's a folio and semo. Stylish wrapped semo. Today I'll give that a spoon. That semo is a wrap for you.
Yeah.
Hotel restaurants. What did this semo? It look good, unique.
Okay.
I'll give you the expo.
All right. All those semo that went to Oxford.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
How big the deal? That shake your body.
Yeah. Oxford education is expensive, so Oxford semo must also be expensive. But I'm really appreciative that you're here. We all love the fact that you're here to show us this unique eforiro recipe. Now, if you would like to try it at home, just follow along with us. What we have here is we have some ingredients you can try and put together so you can try your version at home. Chef Harmony, let's talk ingredients.
Okay.
All right, this is the first one. This is
the pepper
mix.
Mix, yeah.
So what type of pepper is in that mix?
Okay, I have more of the rodo. Now, I'm not talking about. I'll not speak English. I'm going straight to the dialect straight.
Okay.
We have rodo and tomato inside.
Okay.
I use the tomato to control the hotness of the rodo.
Okay.
So sometimes, basically, you're meant to use only rodo and onions, but sometimes our rodo get crazy, too hot or something, so you need to control it with.
Okay.
Tomato.
So what else do we have here?
This is iru.
Okay.
Iru woro.
Okay.
We have two types of. We have woro. We have pete. This is woro. So and
Now you have here these are dried shrimps.
Yes. Yes.
Any particular reason why you're using the dried one and not the fresh one?
It has different flavor, and this is our thing. We don't use fresh one.
Okay.
The fresh one has go to another stage.
All right. Now we have here also some red oil.
Yes.
Okay. You're not bleaching this, are you?
I'm going to bleach it.
You're going to bleach
not
it?
very, just
okay. All right. And then we have our
intestine.
Okay. Intestine.
Shaki, pomo, roundabout, liver, and all that.
All right. And then there's fish here as well.
Smoked fish, yeah.
Smoked fish. What type of vegetable is this?
It's a for shoko.
Shoko.
Some call it green, but it's shoko. But one thing about we Nigerians, we try to look for English name for everything.
Okay.
Akara is akara, nothing like beans or
bean cake.
Bean cake. No, it's akara, straight.
Or bean fritters.
Chinese will tell wonton soup. No English, wonton is their language. We call it the way they want it. So let it be our akara. Let them carry it global. Akara, yes. Akara, Nigeria akara, like that. Let them pronounce it. So it is a for shoko. Not green vegetable, no, a for shoko.
Not spinach.
No, a for shoko.
All right, fantastic. All right, now we have our ingredients on lockdown, and hopefully you're following along. It's going to be right there live on YouTube throughout the show, so make sure you stay tuned. We have quite a bit still coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Mike is standing by. We have a tech conversation. Stay with us.
Titi, that thing you're doing is very, very important. So why did you pass it at this time? But hey, come on, we'll get to see how far that will go on. But now we've got a tech discussion. Ogochukwu Onwuzurike is our guest this morning. She has over a decade of diverse experience in sectors such as banking, payments, fintech, and of course, SaaS. It's great to have you, Ogochukwu. You are welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, prior to this, people think or people would say that we have a reputation as the scam capital of the world, as it were.
Yeah.
But I know I've seen some rankings that based on percentiles and all that, there are a lot of people that do more than us, but I think we just have a bad rap. We just have, I think our PR is not doing the best, you know. But then there's been that growth of even inside, you know. I don't know if I should attribute it to gullibility or something, but Nigerians were scamming ourselves even more. You know, it's been on a rise and all over. Let's talk about that. It's funny, putting it on saying the evolution of the scam industry or something. Maybe let's start it that way.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe let's talk about that. You know, how has it been? You know, through how have we seen that trend rise?
And you're right. We need to start this conversation with a caveat that, you know, fraud is global. Scam is global. It's not a Nigerian thing. It's not. Yeah, there are hotspots around the world, but what we know and what you see is that scam is a global problem. Fraud is a global problem. So I wanted to start with that. But but the reason why we're having this conversation is because, you know, there's a growing trend in Nigeria, and we need to take a step back and see how, you know, it has evolved going forward. So, I mean, with Nigeria, you remember the days of advance fee fraud, you know, popularly known as 419, where people were, you know, you're asked to, there's a massive contract, but before you get the contract, you're supposed to advance a fee and all of that. That's where, you know, this started. And then with the rise and with the coming of the internet, we start to see stuff like email compromise and a scam, business email compromise, where people take high ranking officials, their emails, and impersonate them and try to defraud people and all of that. And for businesses, we started to see a rise in phishing scams, where people try to use emails and try to get your information, financial details and all of that. And even that it's become more sophisticated, but
clone websites also.
Clone websites and all of that offer all manner of freebies, and with social engineering, it's gotten more sophisticated. Yeah. Phishing is as old as the internet, but people still fall prey to it till today. Yeah. Then you have seasonal scams, like we had the romance scams.
Oh, this is still on that one. People always fall for that.
People fall for that. I mean, everybody's a sucker for love, right?
Yeah.
But there's romance scams, there are job scams, and then you start to see the bank, and financial, and financial fraud. Then with cryptocurrency becoming a thing, all manner of investments, promising all manner of returns.
Even though we've heard about how secure it can be. Just this morning, I was reading something about a particular 2IC who his boss had to go for a transplant or something, and then he gave him information, and then he cleared out the crypto wallet. We've heard there's a particular very popular fintech company who also had that issue of being hacked and all of that. You see, but in such a world, how does one safeguard themselves in such a world where they are so complicated, and like you said, it's the engineering behind it, it's so sophisticated. How does one protect oneself?
Yeah, I mean, there are two ways to it. First of all, there are ways businesses can protect themselves, and there are ways that individuals can protect themselves. So for businesses, I mean, you definitely have to adopt the right tools. You definitely need to have high level of cybersecurity awareness. Have IT teams that are on top of their game, constantly, scanning your system, your operating system, checking for vulnerabilities, and making sure that there are no open holes, like your operating systems are top-notch. User education, and when it comes to also adopting the right tools, I think that's where innovation from Truecaller also comes in, because for a lot of financial institutions, right, you see people take the identity of banks, and you see those scams where you've seen it online, where people call you and say, oh, I'm calling from your bank and all of that. But with Truecaller verified business identity, what we try to do with that solution is for banks to build trust with their customers and own their identity, so that every time they reach out to their customers and all of that, they clearly know that this is coming from a bank. We have a verified business badge for that, which cannot be tampered with.
Okay, but we've seen cases where some people's numbers are tampered with by other people. Because, so for instance, you see there's a particular number, then, maybe because people, maybe they've reported it. I know you have such a feature as that, and then you see, scammer or something. So that means that people, maybe at the basic level, can access a number or change the properties, let me put it that way, of a number or something.
So on the B2B level, there are certain thresholds that we have to reach before a number is tagged as a scammer. If just one person tags a number as a scammer or a
it's
spammer,
not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
There has to be high level of threshold for that to happen. And trust me, that is user-generated content. And we have over 370 million people that trust Truecaller as a platform today. And that's one way individuals can protect themselves, because at the basic level, what we are doing is protecting you and giving you that information, that when that phone rings and you see that tag and say, is this, who is calling me? Oh, this is my friend calling me. Oh, this is a scammer calling me. Oh, that's a spam call.
And there's a lot there's almost nothing that can be proliferated when it comes to scam without a phone call.
Exactly.
So that's why that is quite important. Wonderful. I wish we had more time. I enjoy this discourse. Would have spoken more about the industry of scam, but it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, same here.
All right. Now that said, of course, I'll take a time and I'll stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
Entertainment for me, first of all, I say it's a vocation. It's work for me. It's a way of life that brings about merriment, relaxation, and it's happiness. It's everything good put together. Anything at all just to make you happy, give you joy, make you laugh, make you dance. Entertainment is a way of life for A1.
Chef Harmony is doing his thing. Okay, the red oil has gone into the cookware now.
Yeah.
With the fish, with the
Iru. Yes.
Onions.
I don't want to speak English. Is Iru?
Okay.
No.
Eja.
Eja kika.
Iru. Oro.
Iru.
Okay. All right.
Onions.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We've been talking about ethnic dialects all day already, so we might as well continue. And we are making a foriro.
Yes.
So what remains to be done, Chef Harmony?
Now I'm trying to also make the sauce first. So
okay.
I'm frying this, which is the iru, the onions, and the ede and the eja. Ede pupa. Ede bigbe pupa. Yes.
All right.
So now I think it's okay like this. Then I had.
All right. Go ahead.
Mix pepper inside.
So ata.
Ata lilo, ata shisha.
Ata shisha. So when the difference between shisha and lilo?
Lilo is when you grind.
Yeah.
Shisha is when it's not smooth.
Okay.
So kuno is when it's smooth.
Oh, fantastic.
So ata shisha lama lufun efowa.
Fantastic.
Don't enter Yoruba class.
Chef Harmony is taking us to school on this one.
You have to make it cook very well.
Tentatively, how long does this take?
Okay, to make the sauce, it has to take, because the pepper has been parboiled, processed, so it should take like 10 minutes.
Okay, fantastic.
Before you season it.
All right.
So, and I want to talk about the vegetable. People get it wrong sometimes. You know, our grandmother then, you have to pour this inside the pot. When they want to bleach it, pour it in the pot and cover it and put potassium and cook it. No.
Okay.
This is F4. After the whole process, it has to be crunchy, not overcooked. But our grandmothers then, they cook it to their own taste, their own standard. And so when we are learning, when we are growing up, believe that's no, that's no pot. No, don't do that. So just make it. I've already washed it to avoid the sandy and everything with salt. So I have hot water here. So we're going to bleach it. I'm going to pour the water for just like 5 minutes and bring it out.
So just 5 minutes and then pour it out. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I can't wait to see that process. Now, your meat here, was this boiled or fried?
Yes, boiled and preserved. So I fried it.
Okay, so
preserve it.
You didn't dry it, you just fried it a little?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, all right then.
So sometimes, intestine, if you do not let it go through that process, it affects the soup itself. When you keep for next day or modern. Yes, but now you have already fried a little bit. All the blood inside or something has dried off.
Okay.
So what you need is just the meat and the taste.
Fabulous. And that's what we're looking forward to seeing now. The process is very simple. We're making a foriro.
But you know me, I like this foriro with ofada rice.
Really?
Try it one. I wanted to come to ofada rice, but unfortunately my vendor could not deliver yesterday.
You know the funny thing? We've had quite a bit of ofada rice on the show over the past few weeks because a lot of people are going really ethnic with their choices of meals that they produce on the show. So when you said semo, I was really excited.
Yes. So ofada rice, everybody believe ofada has to be with only that sauce.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You can make ofada in all ways. That's why African gastronomy, you are there.
Fantastic.
You can make ofada jollof, ofada coconut rice. Yeah. The first time I came here, I think I did ofada Queen's fried rice.
Yes.
I'm making the fried rice, like fried rice ingredients and all of that.
So I know that there's a festival coming up.
Yes, Ikorodu Food Festival, yes.
Ikorodu Food Festival.
Yes.
And you're part of this?
Yes, I'm going to be there live. I'm going to have a stand. I'm bringing different delicacies.
Beautiful. Ikorodu have their own food festival.
Yes.
And I have a feeling it's going to be really exciting. A big shout out to Chef Tina for all the love and support, and for everyone supporting her as well on this project. Ikorodu Food Festival, we will be there live and direct. We can't wait. All right, then. Now let's hand it over to the couch one more time. It's an artsy Thursday.
When you say hand it over to the couch, do you mean like the couch is going to speak? I mean, there's a host on the couch, Titi. You should say, hand it over to Mazino.
I just wanted to be sure who was there first.
I'm leaving. Let the couch do it.
I wasn't sure who was on the couch.
It's all good.
You're there.
Of course, it's your friendly neighborhood spider host, Mazino Appeal. Even I'm not sure. But today for Art Display, we have someone very, very, very creative, and will leave you in awe. Let's celebrate one of our own very creative and talented artists here. Her name is Modupe Oteju. She's a creative, figurative, visual, and teaching artist with over a decade of professional experience. You are welcome, Modupe. Good to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
Grand. You look very modest. Artists are very flashy, you know, they either have this or that, but you're very modest. And in just about a bit, we'll be showing you her very, very beautiful and creative work, and you'd find out exactly why I refer to her as quite modest as against her art. But first off, what is who is a figurative artist?
Okay, a figurative artist is someone who specializes in doing and creating more of a figure, I mean, human form.
Oh, the human form.
Yes, creating artworks in form of a human form.
These could be paintings or sculptures?
It could be painting, it could be sculpture, it could be drawing, it could be any kind of media you choose. To go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
In just a minute, we're going to let you guys see what it's like. But let me ask. Now, I love the human form. I think it's the best curves and lines that nature or God ever created. It's such a beautiful thing. It's a shame that we have to hide it on the clothes, but honestly, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Eve, look what you did. In any case, do you have a preference for which human form you like to express yourself in? Is it the male form or the female form?
Actually, I would prefer the male form, but most of my works are actually for the woman form. And that's just basically because of what I really wanted to express, the messages I wanted to pass with those artworks.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You like the male form,
yes,
but you have to express more in the female form.
Yes.
Is this because you want to get the attention of the male consumers?
No, it's based on the concept of what I really wanted to portray, you know, from the depths of my heart.
Okay,
yes.
Well, let's take a look at some of these now. We can see a few of your paintings here. Do you specialize only in paintings, or do you also cross into sculptures and stuff?
Yeah, actually specialize in painting, but more recently I've deviated into drawing. I mean, making
like
pen drawing. Yes.
So you mean that was a pen on paper?
Yes.
When did you start doing this? Because that looked very intricate. How long does it take you to put together such a...
It was just last year. I started with that.
Wait, hang on. So you paint, and then you developed another skill, which is drawing.
Yes.
So this is possible.
Yes, of course.
I never knew that it was possible that you could actually just, you know, start another.
Of course, because as you grow in the art world, you know, a lot of things come into you, and then you just want to transcend. You want to go into whatever you want to really express, because that's what artists do. They want to express themselves.
These are tremendously fantastic, let me say, because it's so... The mosaic there, the details and all. How long does it take you to put together a pen drawing of this sort, for instance?
Well, actually, I do work alongside my practice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I work as an art teacher.
Okay, so you're an art teacher.
Yes.
That's still in line with everything. That's okay. So, in between working as an art teacher and putting together these kinds of drawings, especially the pen one, how long does it take?
Well, it can take me like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Because I have to attend to other things.
Okay. And are these commercial products? Do you sell them, or are you on contract to make them for people?
Well, I've not started selling the pen works.
Okay.
But for the paintings, I've sold them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for good amounts.
Yes, yes.
All right. So let's go back to you saying that you're also an art teacher.
All right.
Now, I like to fancy myself as an artist. Well, I used to be able to paint and draw.
Okay.
Earliest I can remember of a proper painting, or rather drawing, that I made of my father was 8 years old. I was 8 years old, and it still hangs on his wall at home. However, I've always just believed that you can't learn it. I've always just believed that it's something that you're born with.
Yeah.
You're a teacher, so is it possible to go from zero ability to being professional and good at drawing or painting?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, but it's just that someone who was born with it will be quite different from someone who has to just learn it along the way. You know, the product of someone who actually, you know, grew up like me. I would consider myself as a born artist, because I've always practiced this right from my childhood days up till now. So it has always been it's part of me already. So, but for people, they can actually learn it. I believe it's a skill that people can learn. You know, if you just put your heart to it, and you develop more time for it, you deliberately develop your skills on it, you definitely come up with something.
So where do you teach your art?
Yeah,
What
actually,
institution?
I teach at Christ the Redeemer's College at Shagamu, the first school owned by Pastor Ye Adeboye, first secondary school owned by
So
Pastor
secondary school students?
Yes.
Okay. And in your experience, is it the younger you are, the better or easier it is to learn how to draw these artwork, or the older you are?
Okay, I don't believe there is any age barrier. I don't believe there's any age barrier. Whatever age you decide to practice, it's just about your deliberate attention to it. You know, it doesn't really matter if you're at any age.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about how this makes you money. Would you say that it is like Nigerians are tuned into art? Nigerians want to buy art, going down the street, oh, I love it, I'm going to buy it. And let's also put into consideration the times that we are now.
Okay.
Are we still prone to want to just buy art off of an artist, or like, I never chop, make a chop first? And how does it affect you?
Yeah, that really affects a lot. It affects a lot. I won't come here to deny that. It affects a lot. But I also believe that, you know, we could actually make these artworks in such an affordable, because I really see that people love art. A lot of people love art. They are true to it, but due to the economic situation, you know, some are just deprived of that opportunity. So I just feel that if we could just make artworks a little bit affordable, although I understand what is at stake.
Yeah, correct.
You understand the materials.
Is it important
the time
to have art in our lives as a normal, just an ordinary person? What are the effects art would have on me if I had maybe paintings around me, or if, you know, what would it do to me psychologically?
It does a lot. Because sometimes we don't understand that, I would say some of us don't understand that, you know, there's a kind of energy that you need in your environment, you know, to enhance what you're doing. A lot of people don't see it. And one of the reasons why I would say that maybe Nigerians don't see that is just because of the financial barrier.
I guess so.
Yeah. But when you really look at it, you find out that there are lots a lot of advantage to it, because there's so much of the force that it pulls together for you to be able to run your daily activity. That's why it is called fine art, because it enhances. It helps to enhance. So whatever you're doing, wherever it's found, you know, there's a life that it brings to that environment.
So, I'm thinking of a word. I don't know if it's feng shui or feng shui. Can you help me out? What's that word? It's something about your space and art and how it affects your body. I can't remember what it's called. Well, I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
But thank you very much, Modupe, for coming through.
Right.
It's lovely to see your work.
Thank you.
I hope that someday maybe I would come to your class and learn some more, perhaps maybe brush up.
All right.
I will also expect to see an exhibition from you anytime soon.
Yes. Okay. I'm working towards it.
Well, we'll look.
Right, thank you
very much. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Do stay. And of course, hey, do stay yourself, because we've got more inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Still got a whole hour to go. So don't go anywhere. Let's take a break, and when we get back, more inside of Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. Now, you probably thought the first hour was amazing, so hold on to your hats. We're taking it up one more notch.
Especially that we have breakfast and I can smell it from here. It's beautiful. Yes, hey, oh, she's absolutely right, Titi, because, hey, we've got more coming your way inside of this hour. Our talented performer is still ready to blow your minds with tunes that will never be heard anywhere else except here and on his album. Yes, I guess.
Now, there is a cherry on top as well. We have a really great celebrity guest who is coming into the studio, sure to leave you in awe. And it's going to be a really interesting surprise. Don't worry, we have it. Going to reveal it for you very soon.
Absolutely. So whether you guys are gearing up for a day of fun or maybe a desk piled with work, I know, right? Because it's almost Friday. We've got you guys covered. This is the Feel Good Show that brings by everything that you need for a Thursday morning. We're getting you started, maybe even for the weekend.
We're going to switch gears into the world of fanfare and laughter. Now, we still have, I think we have a book chat coming your
Yes,
way.
indeed, we've got that. And plenty of information as well coming your way. So, hey, let's just get you guys started. My name is Mazino Peel.
And I'm Titilayo Oniso. Make sure you catch the, what?
Do it with style.
With style. My name is Titilayo Oniso. Is that okay?
Pizzazz. A bit too much for good.
Channel 16 on GOTV, UHF channel 49, and on StarTimes it's 1 to 1. You can watch us live on all those platforms.
Yeah, and stream the show live, please, at tvcentertainment.tv on YouTube, and of course on Facebook and at TVC Connect.
On X. Yeah.
X, yes.
All right, so we have an app, of course, available for you to download. It's available for Android and iOS. Wherever you might be, we're in the palm of your hands with no stress.
Absolutely. Now let's let you guys know what we have coming up for the next 1 hour. We shall be giving, well, shout outs to everybody who's born in the month of March. By the way, that would be me. Kings and queens, all of us, thank you very much. So do stay tuned because you just might be getting one from someone who really loves you.
And we're expecting a mind-blowing performance from Sammy Sage. Now, he is going to have us tapping our feet to a very heartbreaking love song. But he has a very deep love for music, and he always has since he was really young. A combination of Afro-pop, trap, Afrobeat, some R&B in there as well. He has a great song to perform for us. Make sure you stay tuned.
And there is still more coming your way. Brace yourselves, guys, because we've got a celebrity guest in the house. The icing on the cake, if you want to call it that. We've got VIP joining us. Her name is Sharon Rotimi, dynamic actress trained at the Bell York Creative Academy. Known for her captivating performances, Sharon has showcased her talent as the lead in Africa Magic's original series, Chronicles, and has also followed up with a mind-blowing project, or many others. We can't wait to have a sit down and chat with her.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Mike is very interested in the traffic situation today. Do you have somewhere to be later today?
Really. Yesterday I had to move and I was going to Culinary and it was the movement. So Ikorodu Road was blocked to and fro from morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, and normally I know that one way is open. I wasn't very sure. So people were complaining. I was trying to ask my friends what was happening. Everybody wasn't really sure. But I think that there was a notice that it was going to be closed from yesterday into today.
Yeah, 36 hours, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then some people yesterday morning still passed. I was in a boat that the guy told me I passed in the morning. So there's just a lot of conflicting reports. You're not sure of how. So I was wondering, people that are doing mainland, island workers.
Yesterday was a different animal. And I'll tell you why, what factors made it so. First off, yes, people did pass through the 3rd Mainland Bridge yesterday morning, but then again, it was shut. And on both sides, Very unusual because normally one side is open and the other is not. But do note something happened yesterday. That information didn't get to people as quick as possible, is what is being said. And there might be other factors. The fact that internet was down yesterday and most people actually get all their information via the internet.
Very true.
All the way from yesterday morning, all the networks had no, we talked about this when we started the show this morning. So information was very bad.
The phone, not the ISPs, because I still had network, I think.
I don't know, but the internet was really slow.
So there were a lot of people
for a couple
that
of
get
hours.
Done,
Facebook, I think, and
on Instagram,
Instagram were also down. Note, that is where most people get most of their information.
So interestingly, I was going to tell Mike about this and see if Mike could help me out. Somehow, I was one of the people that was logged out of my Facebook.
Oh, it did happen. My sister just sent a message to me. I don't know. I know.
Facebook. And I saw an email in I don't know whether it was Japanese or Chinese.
No.
And I was like, okay, this happened. They got it, and I have the two-factor authentication.
The sharp guys would have used that to try and proliferate a scam as a that period. Because they also logged me on. And when I saw trying to log in, I just knew it was down. All of a sudden, sending messages, it's down, it was down. That's what happened.
So the announcement was that both platforms were having issues.
Elon Musk was just very, very petty. It was like, remember that we are up.
Let's wrap it up on this, though. Hopefully the weather doesn't affect our data today. And one of my favorite parts of the show is about to begin. It's time for birthday shout-outs. Yes, we're celebrating you and your loved ones on their special days right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Who takes the first shout-out? One and only Natalie Akon. 11th of March is your birthday. And now this particular shout-out is coming from Daddy and Mommy. Happy birthday, Natalie.
I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
This next shout out is going to one of the most amazing talent managers you could find, and he's also a talent enthusiast. He's been a part of the family for quite a while. Big shout out to AK Streets. Happy birthday, AK Streets. 10th of March is your birthday, and you and your associates are celebrating on this special day.
You will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Bolaji Adekunle. 1st of March is your birthday. Idris Elabo is celebrating you.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey,
Happy birthday to Maradisa Ebunoluwa Oladele. 1st of March is your birthday. Happy birthday from May. I work with you, your sister.
It's your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Happy birthday to Mati Taiwo. 6th of March is your birthday. Your husband and your children are celebrating with you.
I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Mofogo Folua Israel. 4th of March is your birthday. Mommy is celebrating with you.
I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
A very happy birthday to Motorayo Ogumola. 4th of March is your birthday, and Bukola Ogumola is celebrating you. Happy, happy birthday.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Mutiat Ejike Bakre. 1st of March is your birthday. And this is from Deacon and Mrs. Bakre.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Olutokwe Olarinwaju. 2nd of March is your birthday. Mrs. Oluranti and Nifemi Amuro are celebrating you.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything.
Happy birthday, Ogunkoya Yusuf Okweyemi. 3rd of March is the day you are celebrating, and your wife is celebrating with you.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Omomi Odetayo. 6th of March is your birthday. TACN Balogun Oyero Assembly are celebrating with you.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and
Happy birthday. May God meet you at every single point of your needs this year. We celebrate with you, and we're going for a break. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the first. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So,
okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? Think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I know.
I don't overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk now. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good walking.
Welcome back here on the couch with me, Mazino Peel, and of course I have with me Eitayo Gumola. He's a technology entrepreneur, the founder and CEO of GOTV and managing partners of FIIT and the managing director of Entrova. Now, he built the largest technology talent company with more than 90,000 people in some leading global brands. Today, he is talking about youth empowerment, or rather, no, youth unemployment, global jobs, and also Jakarta syndrome. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here, Eitayo.
Thank you.
I think one of our producers has a crush on you, by the way. Oh, she's married, sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Good to have you here. Let's
you.
talk tech. Now, you've got an institution. Am I okay? Is it okay to call it that?
Yes, that's what it is.
GOTV, yes?
Yes, GOTV.
What exactly do you guys do at GOTV?
So we fundamentally help Africans across 22 countries to learn different tech skills. And but most importantly, also help them transition into better jobs in the tech space.
Okay.
That's like a summary of what we do.
So you teach them these tech skills
Absolutely.
and help them to transcend into making money for themselves.
Correct.
Here in Nigeria, however.
Yes.
Okay, but they can make these monies from, any part of the world.
Yes, so absolutely, this is the way it works, right? You learn a tech skill, from GOTV, and then you master the skill, and you are then open to international jobs.
Okay.
What we are trying to do is to position the Africans, for global jobs. So think about a company based in Qatar hiring a product designer in Africa.
Oh.
And that's the model that we are trying to, build.
Well, that's very interesting. So you're not propagating the jackpot thing?
No.
You're actually helping people stay back.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
still be able to make money, even in dollars or other currencies.
Yeah, and that's where the better value is. The value is, so there's a value for the country, there's a value for the international, company that is hiring you, and value for yourself, because you're earning in dollars but spending in naira here.
Very interesting. You know why? I say this because let's take a look at India, for instance.
Absolutely.
India used to have this thing when it comes to customer care service. However, they hire, or they're hired by companies from outside of India. But when you call up, if you've ever used any of these services, when you call up, you're speaking to someone in India, telling you about your product,
Your product,
in Africa or wherever you might be. So they kind of like how do you put it
It's
now?
called global outsourcing.
Exactly, outsourced it, globally outsourced it to people in a different country while their products are
and that's what we're also trying to replicate. In fact, we have a better advantage as a country.
How so?
200 million people, 65% of us are young people. We are quite very positioned geographically, so we can access the entire European market. Because the time zone, between Nigeria and the UK and some other European countries, it's quite very favorable. We speak better English, we speak the British English. So
do we now?
That's what we do. I mean, we're colonized by Britain.
Yeah, true,
so
true.
we have a better advantage in terms of, positioning this country for global outsourcing. But it's not just customer service. It's every skill can literally be outsourced.
What kind of skill does GOTV teach?
So we teach 13 different tech skills, from data science to cybersecurity to blockchain technology, programming, artificial intelligence, even the non-coding skills like product management, product design, And these are the skills that many of the companies that want to outsource to this country are also looking for. So typically what would happen in the future, as we move into that future, is that many of our talent in Africa, in Nigeria, will work from home here, but they are working with international organizations. And just like you talked about, India did it, Philippines have done it, Spain has done it. And that's why, Nigeria is also better positioned to also capture that market.
Very innovative, very, very interesting. But do I need any prerequisite skill or knowledge before I'm able to learn these skills that GOTV is teaching? Do I need to be perhaps maybe a graduate in, I don't know, some sort of science or applied science or anything? Or
No, you
can
don't.
I just pick it up?
No, you don't. So the simple answer is that you don't. 90% of those who attend GOTV training programs are those who want to plug into that ecosystem, and they don't even have the typical software engineering or computer science background. So they get into the program. The program incubates you from the basics and the foundation, and then you advance and continue to learn, and improve yourself. Tech is not, stagnant, so you have to continue to learn and evolve.
Well, thank you for providing this service free to everybody. Am I correct?
Well, it's not free. nothing good.
How affordable? I will say how expensive. How affordable is it for any young person who wants to take advantage?
So there are two different models that we are trying to explore, right? The first is the, outright payments. Many of our talents actually come and pay. And typically you would pay about 10% of what you would have paid in any international, organization to learn the skills. The second is you learn today, and then when we connect you to the international jobs, then you can continue to pay us back, for the value that we have invested into you, right? So
how do I sign up?
You just go to utiva.co.
utiva.co and that's
utiva.co and that's
Would my classes be online or?
They're 100% virtual, so you're learning online. You don't have to leave the comfort of your room. But remember that we're also preparing you for the international jobs. So if you are able to ace and pass through that virtual training, that means that you can confidently work remotely from anywhere.
Let's hope that the networks will let us join your virtual classes, because lately they've been really bad.
I mean, we've had over 90,000 people that have learned at Utiva, and it's been a very interesting experience.
That's good. Hey, Tyler, man, it's grand having people like you in here in Nigeria, giving us these opportunities to earn monies even from outside the country. And please do keep it up. I want to sign up, so definitely we're going to be talking very soon. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hopefully you learned something. Now you know where to go in case you want to take advantage of this global space when it comes to earning money here in Nigeria without jackpot. Stay tuned. We've got more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Well, she's Rotimi, not, I don't know, is she related to Ola Rotimi? Well, we'll find out that. Sharon Rotimi is our guest this morning, a dynamic actress trained at the Del York Creative Academy, known for captivating performances in African Magic Original Series, Chronicles, and of course, in other things. But then she looks like someone that has done this for like 20 years, but she says she's just done this for 3 years. How are you doing? Good morning.
I'm well.
You are welcome.
Thank
just
you.
3 years.
Yes, just 3 years.
You look like someone that's been there before.
Really?
Been there and done that. But let's talk about how you got into acting. What were you doing before you got into acting? What's been happening?
I did a whole lot of things before I got into acting, but what the most recent one was I worked in marketing at a fintech.
Did you? So this was a job, as it were, but then how did the opportunity come for you to get into acting?
Well, let's just say it was just me tired of, waiting to do what I wanted to do, and I thought
You've always wanted to act.
Yes, I've always wanted to act, and I just thought I might as well just do it now and see how it goes.
So how did you start? How did you get into the industry?
I auditioned like many other people.
Tell me about the experience. Incidentally, there's a thread on Twitter. People are talking about their worst audition experience.
Yes. Oh my God.
You've seen that thread?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell me about this first audition experience, and then you tell me about your best and maybe your worst experience if you have any. But let's talk about this first one.
The first one, my first audition experience was for a very popular filmmaker. Got there at about 5:30 a.m.
5:30.
I did audition till
That's the first one.
Yes.
Why did you know to come that early? Or how did you know?
I just assumed that other people were thinking like me.
Okay.
Like I knew there was going to be a crowd.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want a situation where I was like.
So what number were you on the list?
115 or something.
And you came by 5:30.
And I came by 5:30. That place was packed.
Okay, interesting. It's normally like that. And how did you go? Did you get the job?
No, I did not. I did not even get a call back.
We'll get back to you. Was that what you were told?
Yeah.
But then, so moving forward from then, how did you get your first role? What was it like? What was the experience
like? Oh, that's
like?
interesting. I also auditioned for that. Funny thing is, the morning of the audition, I was thinking, man, I'm tired, because I'd been going for auditions upon auditions, and I was thinking, I just didn't want to see where I would go for this one again, and it would be another dead end. And it turned out that I got a lead role on the project. Yes.
Interesting. That was just the first one. And what project was that?
It's called The Wives. It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not even out yet.
Yes,
but that was your
beautiful
first
story.
one.
That was my first one.
Wonderful. And then after that, do you still audition now?
Yeah, of course. I've not blown.
And what is your? Let me just. What is your worst experience in an audition venue?
Well, I think
maybe on set.
On set. Don't want to talk about that.
What? You could be helping somebody.
Well,
experience could help someone.
Okay, to be fair, I've not had a lot of bad experiences. I've had more good experiences than bad experiences. And the bad experience, I think we can just chalk it up to scheduling issues, poor human management issues.
Okay. That happened.
Yeah.
PMs and all of that.
Yeah, I still talk. I was on the same thread on Twitter. I talked about how.
What did you do there?
It was last night. I talked about how on set I'd finished the scene and I wanted to go change into my clothes. And I got there and they had packed up their stuff, which is understandable. It was quite late, but I found my clothes on the floor. I mean, there was the bed, there was a couch, there were places they could have put them, but they thought, oh, yeah, let's just put it on the floor.
that was great.
That hurt.
You know, this morning when I saw that thing, the one that blew me about, just laughing, was where you said they invited them for audition, but they noticed that there were cameras.
I know that guy.
that was mind-blowing for me. And then they were writing that the fact that the audition was actually the movie or the project.
Yeah.
It does happen. But let's see, with all you've done and all in this 3 years that you've done, how has your experience been as a whole in the industry so far? Challenging? Worthwhile? Is it something that you've always wanted to do?
Yes. How do I say this? It's been challenging. Yes, it's had its ups and downs. For me, more ups than downs. But I do know how the reality is for many other actors. Every sector has its challenges.
It's financially rewarding for you at this stage. Does it pay? Now you left marketing. You left
my 9 to 5. Yeah,
9 to 5 and all that. I mean, when I talk about marketing, you probably people that make the money and all of that. So you know. So does it at this stage and all of that? Is this something that one can start and pursue as a sole career? Or is it, if you're giving someone advice, is this something that you do by the side so that you can sustain yourself? Because, for different people, it's different strokes for different folk.
The thing is, I don't think this has a straightforward answer. Given the climate in the country at the moment, it would make sense to, have multiple streams of income. But
as an actor, at times you are busy to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At the same time, I was getting there. At the same time, it's if you're going to do this full time, you know that you have to put all your energy, your time. It can be tasking.
It is.
It can be really tasking.
So, but how have you been able to traverse such a part?
I think for me, it's that I have a really strong community. friends, family, people who are rooting for me. Every single time, I am shocked that there are people that actually want to see me do good.
That's nice.
And it feels really good. I have a really strong community.
All right, wonderful. Now let's talk about your recent projects. What have you done recently that people can watch out?
Oh, okay. So I filmed, there's a feature film I did last year.
Oh.
It's called The Artifact. I can't wait for people to see
Artifact.
it. Yes,
I can already. Is it epic?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's an adventure film.
It's an adventure film.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Tomb Raider kind of The Artifact or something like that, you know. So
no, I'm not going to spill too much, but it's just about 4 friends.
Okay.
Going across different states in Nigeria to find some stones in an artifact.
In an artifact. What do we expect? When is this coming out?
I should think maybe 3rd quarter this year.
Is
I'm not
it
quite
a
sure.
cinema movie? Or is it something that will have in the streaming platform?
I think it's going to be on streaming platform.
Yeah, because of course with the proliferation of streaming platforms. So for you, is this it? Do you plan to get into maybe producing, directing?
Definitely.
Now it has come to the point where we've seen a lot of actors now who go on to herald their own projects because, you know, as it were, they sometimes, I mean, at times it might not be what you want that you do, and then you feel like, okay, let me get to a point, and then what I really want to do, because of course it's still growing, as it were. What is the future? What do you plan to do?
For me, I love being an actor, but for me, it's the opportunity to be a storyteller, to tell stories. I love filmmaking in general, so of course I want to get my hands into producing, into directing. I just really want to tell stories. There are a lot of stories that some have been, you know, told, some can be retold, some stories have been untapped, and I can't wait to.
Well, just let me wrap up this year. What does it mean? You were trained at Del York as an actor.
Yes.
What, do you think that gives you some sort of an advantage over somebody who was not trained? On what would you say to somebody that says that, you know, is there a need for you to actually be trained as an actor?
Yes, there will always be a need for you to be trained as an actor. It doesn't matter how talented you think you are. There's always something to learn. Always, you know, tricks to the game that you need to learn. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was great having you.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to the artifact. That's quite interesting. It's a name I'll not forget. If I see that, I know that, okay, Sharon mentioned that she's in the project.
I'll hold you to that.
I'll watch out for it. We don't have breakfast for you. Hope you're not fasting.
Yeah, no, I'm not fasting. I love food.
Yeah. You're too happy. No, we don't have breakfast. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you. Welcome, Nigeria. Right up here, Mazino, she's too excited about the breakfast. I don't like it. I like it. Well, we'll catch them and talk about what's happening in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen was taken over by Chef Harmony. And please pronounce it again. Gastronomique or d'Afrique, how do you say it?
D'Afrique.
D'Afrique, okay. Gastronomy d'Afrique.
That's the French word.
African gastronomy.
Nice.
Chef here. And yeah, as you can see, has given us some semo that went to Oxford.
Wow, I mean,
love it.
This is. I thought it was there were pieces of yams, but
no, this
it's
is
actually.
Wait, no pommes.
This is the gastronomy aspect of it.
Yes, it is.
Semo, we don't need to wrap in the line. Look, let's give it a beautiful look and some unique.
No pommes inside this thing.
You know, soup pommes yesterday, and so use that's what you use.
A chef with humor.
You know, see pommes.
We use another thing now.
Pommes no day. All of you.
I like this guy. But this is a Foriro classic.
Yes, indeed, classic. That's the word.
Have a taste.
Please tell us.
As in, I've never seen a rose
made out of semo before.
It looks good.
It looks
doesn't it? I mean,
it does.
That's just beautiful. I would like to taste it myself. Mike was hoping it was going to be enough for 20 people, but no.
I know, Rachel.
Oh, look at that look on her face. She's smiling.
What does it taste like?
You're smiling too much.
No. But
first off, it's semo. Everybody knows. Anybody that knows me knows I love semo. And then vegetable tastes really good.
Fantastic.
That tastes really good.
Right.
Chef Harmony has harmoniously put together a lovely meal today. And it's a great way to wrap up our Thursday right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed, it is. I loved it all the way from the start up until now. Yeah. Hopefully you did too. You joined us early, or maybe not. Well, don't worry, there's still one more edition to go this week. Join us for Friday one tomorrow. We'll be here bright and early from 7 a.m. It's goodbye from all of us. Catch you guys then.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
With Ini. Hi guys, Ini. Your skin is really glowing. What beauty soap do you use? It's glowing because it's healthy. I use a soap that keeps my skin soft and protected from germs. But Ini, the beauty soaps I know don't give germ protection.
Dettol Skincare does. It combines Dettol's protection with argan oil to protect my skin. Gives me 2 times moisturization with a beautiful fragrance. Beautiful skin is germ-free skin.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Today, there are many complex, boring, expensive and useless exercise machines in the market. Or you pay over 400,000 naira a year for gym membership and never go.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So,
ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Yeah, take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
What's your age?
I was close now.
I said
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fella's house wasn't even burnt in 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road.